More people than ever before are kicking the smoking habit.
CDC says the rate of smoking among adults fell to 15% last year. That is a 2% drop from 2014. Now, 2% maybe doesn't sound like a huge drop, but historically, the smoking rate usually only drops by a point or less than a point in a year.
So let's celebrate that percentage point. I think it's great.
It's great news. To drop 2 is tremendous. You know, by comparison, 15% last year. About 50 years ago, it was 42% of U.S. adults smoked.
Wow.
So that is a staggering turnaround as far as a public health initiative goes over that 50-year period of time. Molly, huge drop in smoking. The question a lot of even health experts are asking is why? What do you think's happening?
Number of factors. I think, there's a stigma with it, and it's not as convenient as in the 70s. People were smoking everywhere. Now, you're not smoking at the airport. You're not smoking on airplanes. You're not smoking in restaurants. And maybe
even outside buildings sometimes.
Maybe back then it was more of like the if you can't beat them, join them factor.
I remember when Minnesota's indoor smoking ban went into effect. I was in college, and back then everyone was freaking out. Just the thought of having to go outside in the dead of winter and have a cigarette. You couldn't do it indoors anymore. And now you see that wasn't that long ago, and over just a short period of time, people have really changed their mindsets. And as you said, there is this stigma now attached to it where all of a sudden it's not cool to smoke. And if any of you watch some of the teenage shows now, you'll see even in their advertising, they have these anti-smoking campaigns that really do try to prove that it's not okay to smoke. It's not cool. And people are starting to pick up on that.
And nobody really wants to have people look at you and think, ew, ick.
I do think that the money plays a little bit of a role because people maybe aren't starting because it is so much more expensive. I mean, when you think about a pack a week or a pack a day, it adds up quite a bit. I know my grandma quit smoking way back when it got to 17 cents a pack.
Well, the tax impact, the giant taxes that the states have put on, it is fascinating. On the one, I'm very conflicted on it because on the one hand, this is a legal product that the government has decided, let's make it extremely difficult for people to pay for. And you think about who is it that is largely smoking? To a large degree, it's people who can least afford the ability to pay these taxes. But you can't argue with the effect it's had on the youngest smokers who don't seem to be taking up traditional cigarettes, at least, Molly.
Yeah, and I think we also do need to factor in vaping, e-cigarettes, whether or not it's good or bad, the overall outcome. I think that definitely would play a factor to some degree because you do see a lot of people vaping these days.
Well, and studies have been done that show teens are now starting on e-cigarettes. That they're not going to the traditional cigarettes, but they are experimenting with e-cigarettes. And we don't know just yet what the health implications of all that are.
We'll have to see. Do they transition into regular cigarettes or stay on e-cigarettes or end up doing nothing? We'll see.